Hi folks, we're just going to do a quick demo of how to um, uh, uh, get the Arty A7-100t up and running that's connected to the UOregon server. Right. So first what I'm going to do is show you my one locally here, and then we'll show you what happens remotely. All right, so it's exactly the same thing. Now, but of course you have to log into the schroots that have the tools already set up. Um, so um, uh, obviously I can't show you my local Arty A7-100t. I could do if I had the webcam running, so I could point you at it and show you the blinky lights, but we can't do that because sorry, I can't get uh, the webcam on my laptop working. So instead, what we're going to do, and this is actually very useful to show you because you need to see that it's working, but likewise you can't see the blinky lights in the University of Oregon server room, and it's not really fair to the team there to ask them, can you just check the lights on the USB thing? No, we need some way that interacts on the console. So for that purpose, I've plugged in into the serial port, and it's come up on dev TDY USB 1. So we're going to type minicom minus capital D dev TDY USB 1. Okay, right, and straight away you can see that the board is actually connected. So that in itself was a useful test. So I'm just going to press I'm going to press some buttons. All right, it's a reset button, so I'm going to press on here. You won't be able to do this remotely, obviously, but I just want to show you that it is actually doing something. Right, there we go. So if I press button 1, button 0 on this thing, it has printed something on the screen. But as far as you're concerned, if you want to find out if the RT is actually working when you connect to the UOregon server, just do minicom space minus capital D dev TTY USB 1. If you can't do that, somebody else is using it. All right. So over in this window here, we've got an nmigen program, which is a very basic UART demo, which has the default settings. If you look at the bottom here, it says 115200 board 8N1. So if you go over to this thing and search for 115200, look, there we go. The board rate is set there to 115200, and N1 refers to the number of stop bits, start and stop bits. So we've got 8 N1 means 8-bit data, and one number of stop bits and one other thing. All right. So anyway, this study this program if you know to your heart's content if you like, but all it does is it sets a transmit. Okay. And it's got a help thing, but it's very short. Um, uh, you only need to run it with Python 3/temp/uart underscore demo program, and then it's Arty A7-100 return. Dung 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 dung, and it's got nextpnr-xilinx. I've already installed this on my laptop, so off it goes, and it's programming it's using libftdi. Blumph, there we go. Hello world. All right, it's that simple. So if we now search for the text "Hello World," you can see here that it's got a carriage return line feed after the end "Hello World." So hello Arty A7 world. Okay, all right, let's do that. Run it again. Dum 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 dum. Building it. It's very quick. It's very short. Oh, it's programming with libftdi again. Ugh. Ugh. Didn't like that. Hello. Right. RTA. Right. Let's do. Let's do it a little bit shorter. The memory that's storing that data might be a bit, I was thinking, well, hey, this is consistent garbage. Z, Control A, Z, Control A, yeah. Z, X. Oh, it is actually working. There we go. So the minicom got itself into a mess. That's okay. All right. So anyway, let's now do the same thing on the University of Oregon server. All right. So first, vi ssh config, and I have in my ~ssh.config file, I have host Cerberus and host name Cerberus nic.uoregon.edu. So this way I can SSH in directly into SSH Cerberus, and it's an alias for ssh cerberus.nic.uoregon.edu. So just bear that in my mind, all right? So ssh v Cerberus, off that one goes. And now I'm also going to do scp/temp/uartdemo.py. I'm going to copy scp the file up to Cerberus. Cerberus : sh. I'm not going to use -v on that one. sh Cerberus. All right. So once we're into there, we do ssh to silicon, and I've probably got a thing. Nope. There we go. ssh silicon. Now, the home directory, which is ridiculously fast, is linked on both machines. Because despite the fact that I copied the UART demo file to Cerberus, it's actually mounted on the Silicon server as well. But we need that in the schroot. Okay, so scp UART demo sys opt schroot. There we go. nextpnr-xilinx. Home. UART demo temp sudo bash. Please excuse me. Copy temp UART demo opt schroot nextpnr-xilinx home corridors 2. All right, brilliant. So in the corridors 2 username, there is that thing. Now in this one we should have minicom. -D. You could no. Let's do it as schroot. So first, when we get some user counts up, you'll be able to just do schroot -c, the name of the thing. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to su to the coriolis 2 user, and then schroot in as that. Okay, so sudo bash su -coriolis 2. Now we do schroot -c nextpnr-xilinx. Excellent. Minicom -d dev tty USB 1. -coriolis 2. I don't exist. Now I probably exist. USB 1. Etc. Group. Let's just cheat here. Schmod and sort the groups out here later. Plus read write dev tty USB star. Let's just cheat for the purposes of this demo, okay? Hooray! That's a remote console login there. So, all right. So let's go through the same hassle here. So this is the one we're going to actually use to build. All right. Sudo bash. I promise I'll sort out the things another time. All right. Um, schroot -c nextpnr-xilinx. All right. Okay. ls temp UART demo. Okay. All right. Python 3 UART demo, and it was program space Arty A7-100. We're done. And you really shouldn't do this as root, but it'll work for now. And off we go using libftdi. And it worked. It gives garbage, Control AZX, Control AZX, Control AZ. Right. It's a bit of a pain, minicom. Yeah, it sometimes doesn't like you. Let's do. I'm overloading my internet connection because it's scrolling on the screen too much. 9 minicom. There we go. There was just a blip in my internet connection. Yeah. All right. So just bear in mind that because it's so basic thing, it's now scrolling on the screen. That it probably doesn't like. This little program is so basic that it's throwing the console data at minicom straight away, and minicom's not liking it. So let's change the Arty A7 message back to hello thing. So this is remotely now. Let's assume it's going to be okay. All right, press return. Python 3 temp demo program Arty A7-100 building. Because it's so small, it takes only a couple of seconds to build. Now it's uploading, and that's good. And this time the minicom didn't go silly. So just your key commands, let me just go through them again. Let's log out again all the way. So ssh to cerberus.uoregon.edu. For now, sudo bash. Sorry, ssh into silicon, sudo bash schroot -c nextpnr-xilinx and Python 3 temp UART demo program, because you want it to program the thing Arty A7_100. We're done. Pausing, and it's going there. It's really that simple, despite the evidence to the contrary. Thank you very much.